That we are live right now. So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you who are watching and hanging out with me this fine Friday evening. It is Aloha Friday, hence the Hawaiian shirt. Thanks for joining, and let me go ahead and play this. It's kind of like on a loop right now in the background for you to enjoy while I talk through what I've got going on. That's just the videos that I captured today at the airfield. So what is going on? What's going on with you, YouTube? Say hello in the chat where you're from, if you're new to the stream, of course. But appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I'm just putting down my thoughts on paper on how I'm going to climb this tree and I'm going to rescue this RC plane from a tree that landed about 50 to maybe 70 feet up in the air. And it's funny because when I say I'm going to climb the tree, to the people that don't know me, they're like, well, be very careful. And of course, and I appreciate the concern, as particularly from the other drone pilots that are like, hey, I'm just going to give the kid a brand new airplane. Dominic, good evening. Thanks for hanging out and joining and listening in. But yeah, I'm basically going to conduct some mission planning here for this job. It's not really a job. I'm just going out there because I feel like climbing a tree. But as you can see in this video that I'm actually playing in Premiere Pro right now, the tree is in the plane. The plane is in the tree. You can see it in the bottom left corner of the video screen right now. And that's where it's hanging out. That's where it's been hanging out for the past 2 weeks. I haven't had a chance to get out there to rescue it. And so that is the plan. That's the goal for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'm going to get up, not play Fortnite. I'm going to get up and get out there with my climbing gear and do some climbing. But Koala, good evening and thanks for joining. Appreciate you hanging out. But that's the plan. So let's do some mission planning here, shall we? Like I said, I'm just gonna go through my process, if you will. In fact, I'm gonna share this screen with you, and we're gonna make this one smaller. And put up the left monitor to half. And the right monitor, which is that one, we'll just put this up in the corner over here. So you can kind of see what's going on up there still, yeah? But yeah, what am I doing? So this is my process in creating a mission plan. And I typically use this process for anything that I do when it comes to, hey, let's create a plan. It's the basics. It's a SMEAC report, which is an acronym for Situation, Mission, Execution, Administration, and Logistics, and Command and Signal. And they could be as simple as, Command and Signal, for example. It's really me that is out there, but from a standpoint of me with my cell phone, that's my method of communication, and I'll leave a note like I did on the last rescue mission, because if I'm out there by myself, what if I fall, get hurt? If someone sees a note on the car, for example, and they yell for me and I don't answer, maybe they should come looking for me or call the authorities. An ambulance to come and get me because I'm dead on the ground or something like that, right? But yeah, so this is the situation. A new pilot, he put his plane in a tree. It's an RC Scout, and it's really unfortunate. He got it for Christmas, and I guess he was flying it in the middle of May and put it in the tree. This tree is notorious for, and there's a good picture, there's a good video of it coming up here. This tree is notorious for capturing airplanes. I have yet to put my drone in it, I got pretty close today and I was like, I'm going to ensure that I don't have to climb to get my own drone. But from the ground, it looks pretty easy on how I'm going to get this. I might even be able to just shake it out of the tree, but let's talk about that. So this is the situation. There's a tree, or there's a plane in the tree, the drone eating tree at the Three Oaks Flyers Club. And so the mission, let's see, going to the next slide, is whatever, basically get the RC plane. That's the mission, get the RC plane, return to the pilot. In fact, I want to do something right here also, because this might be of interest to them, this stream, that is, because why not, right? In fact, let's see, where is it? Here. And I want to go into my YouTube. Nope, that's the last mission. I was watching the video of the last mission plan that I did. In fact, if you've not seen that one, here is a link to that last SAR mission where I had to climb. That is, I've done some where I went looking for an RC plane in the middle of a field, this vast field that it could not be found, and I found it. In fact, I still have to put that on video for Robert Rivera. But let's do this. Let's see here, there, view. No, oops. View your channel, and I'm basically just going to pull up this video, and I want to post it to my Facebook, which is how I found out about this. So let's see here. Reply to all. Okay. So our mission planning live stream. That way, everybody that's on that can see what I've got going on here. Yep. So, what's the plan? How are we gonna do this? Well, of course, as part of any mission plan, you got to get there. So it's simply drive to the nearest location of the RC plane, and I've not written this out yet. I'm basically doing this as I go. Like I said, I'm basically just putting down my thoughts. Phase 1. Don't need to do that. I've already identified where it is. So, and this is the mission plan from the last one that I did. So actions on the objective. Let's see here. Drive to hangar, drive home, effectively speaking, right? Because the mission is not complete until I'm actually home, and put my head in my bed, as we say. All right, so what are we doing here? Phase 1. All right, launch, or we're gonna deploy throw line. Now, this throw line is effectively this really tiny, really thin line that's attached to a weight, and I'm not just gonna throw it up and lasso it up into the tree. I'm actually gonna stick it into this gigantic big slingshot. Let's call it big shot. This gigantic slingshot that I have. Launch the throw weight into the tree and try to land this throw line up and over the branch that it's actually on. So it'll probably take me 3 or 4 tries. I'm eyeballing the aim. I don't have any sights. I'm looking through like the slingshot, like doing the thing, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm eyeballing where the throw line will go, where the weight will go, the throw weight will go, which is attached to the throw line. Hook the tree, that will come back down, right? The weight will drop that throw line. I'll retrieve that weight, probably attach my climbing line to it, because it's easier to grasp the climbing line and it's heavier. Pull it back through, it comes back down and around, and deploy throw I gotta spell better. Deploy the throw line, and then set the climbing line. Deploy throw line. Set climbing line. Use climbing line to shake the branch vigorously. If plane fall, hopefully when the plane falls out of the tree, it falls onto the bushes below where it's easier to get to, where I might be able to just use the big shot, which is effectively probably a 10-foot fiberglass pole, scoop it out of the bush and call it a day. And where it doesn't land on any other branches below it. That's the goal anyway, right? So if plane falls out, then recover plane. Otherwise, keep shaking it till it does. Now, what could also happen as I, shake that branch vigorously, is that the plane just becomes even more stuck. So if plane sets in place, then climb. In which case we move on to phase 3 of the operation, where you know climb and recover, and it's as simple as that for this op. It's a climb and recover, and it'll be easy enough to do. I believe it'll be easy enough to do, just by virtue of, Robert Robert put his A10 in there, and I was able to shake that one out. I think I gave it a good, like 50 pulls. In fact, I climbed. I had a second line with me with a grappling hook on it, threw it onto that branch, and I was able to use that to basically shake the plane out of the tree. Steven, good to see you. Hey, we're gonna play some Fortnite in a little bit, right? Have you ever used a drone to set the line? I've used my Phantom 4 when fishing at the beach to take my line far out to the ocean. I have never used the drone to set the line. I find that I would rather use the drone to shoot video than have lines dangling beneath it, where the potential for an entanglement to occur, basically avoiding that possibility to occur. Good idea. And the weight, it's not that heavy. It could probably carry that throw weight, which is probably 16 ounces. But that's just battery life that I would rather use for capturing video of me doing the job. At least with the particular drones that I have. I have, in fact, today, to see it, because if you're not aware, I put my Mavic 3 Pro Cine in the water. That was, yeah, last week. But I flew the Mavic, which one is this? The Mavic Air 2, which is technically the very first drone that we ever bought. And I bought this for my son so that he can shoot video of me doing tree arborist work. And yes, he does have his Part 107. So Severin has his Part 107 and is a drone pilot too. But then just give it a tug to get the release to let go. There's a lot, it's a great idea. Doing what I do, with the slingshot, it's easier, I think, than to have to go through all that, because tugging on it, what if that release fails and now I'm tugging on the thing trying to get it to go. It's an idea for sure. It's an idea, and it's thin. The line would be light enough to do so. But like I said, I've got a giant slingshot. I would rather, it's just another toy I want to play with also, honestly. Who doesn't want to play with a giant slingshot, right? So Mark White, good to see you, man. Of course, you can do it the simple way and only have to use one tool to recover the aircraft, a chainsaw. Indeed. And I've got 4 chainsaws. I've got the right gear and tools. However, take a look at this tree that it is in. Skydiving Squish, George, good to see you, man. Tara, good to see you. Aloha. I know you're wearing your Aloha gear. After all, I know George has the memo. Today is at iFly Virginia Beach Aloha Friday, so once we've changed colors to summer uniform, summer uniform Fridays, where it's on Fridays we wear Hawaiian shirts. In the winter it's Flannel Friday. I think in the fall we turn it into Fun Sock Friday. But in the spring, summertime, it is... I hear me talking somewhere. I'm going to mute myself over here. There. Oh, I'm hearing my own live stream. So, good to see you, Tara. But yes, it is Hawaiian Shirt Friday at iFly Virginia Beach at my primary job. But that's the execution for, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to climb it and recover it if I need to. And there's no necessarily guarantee that I'll be able to, I could get it. I know I could. If worst case scenario, if I needed to cut a branch out, I would go and talk to the property owner first and let him know, hey, there's a plane in the tree. Can I take one of the branches out? And go from there. So who knows? I made a video of using my drone to fish. Oh, cool. I'm going to click on that right now so that I remember to watch it. And, in fact, yeah, everybody take a look at this so that Steven gets the views. And for some reason, my YouTube is all day long. Maybe I just need to do some clearing of cache or whatever. Or cookies. Because I can't see the full interface. It's all... Here, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Right monitor. No, that's not it. Right monitor. Why is it doing that? Here. Double click, which is this one here. There. Okay, cool. So you can see I've got mouse highlighter. Yeah, you can see the yellow. So we're over here. I can't see. I got no thumbs up. I've got no other buttons over here in my YouTube. It was doing this to me all day long. At work, I'd pull up YouTube to, and I get these gray bars in place of the stuff. And I don't know what's going on with that. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'll take a look at this here in a little bit. Thank you for sharing. What a neat idea. What a neat idea, Steven. That's cool. But yeah, I'll be climbing and cutting tomorrow. I'm probably not going to go live with it because it's just too difficult to go live and focus on being safe while I'm climbing. But I will record the process just like I did with the that last SAR mission video that's in the description above. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for tomorrow. Give you an idea of, let's see here. Let's go back to this. Right monitor, hide that. Let's continue on with the mission plan. Admin logistics. So of course I've got the SAR drone is actually going to be because I no longer have 028. I'm on 000 Mavic Air 2. This is a 2019 drone. I won't need a compass because I'm not going into a location where I'm gonna get lost, like the cornfield. Not that I needed one then, but I thought I would need one at the time, because when I was in the cornfield that one time, that was the very first time I was ever in a cornfield. And as soon as I got into it, like a few rows in, I was like, wow, this is actually really easy to navigate. I thought it'd be very dense, as dense as it is, but when you start looking down the rows, it's like, wow, Did you see my comment last week that marinas around here work with scuba divers to forever keep people's phones and watches? They might get your drone back for you so you can pull the card at least. Huh, yeah. I asked the Nauticus Museum if they had the ability to put divers in the water, and they said that they don't. And so it could very well be in that area, Maybe you've got better water and clearer water than we do, because that water is nasty, and I'll ask, if they send people down there, but who knows, it's worth another ask. But they told me that they don't put divers in the water to recover lost items in that particular harbor where the battleship is located. But let's see here. Foot patrol clothing. I'm basically gonna wear my my climbing clothes. Water, of course. I'm not gonna need any walking sticks. RC Pro. Oh, that's the controller. I'm not gonna need that. Let's see here. Bug spray, of course, because it'll be mosquito-y. And cell phone. Inform Mike, president should be aware of other than air ops occurring at the club airfield. Okay, and of course the owner, just in case he was planning to harvest that day. I'm not going to be in the cornfield. In fact, the cornfield is no longer a cornfield. It is now a soybean field. Apparently, they will rotate the crops. Corn, 4 years soybean, and then a year for corn. And it's not even the corn that you eat. It's more of the feeder corn. So it's very hard. You can't. It's for horses or pig feed or whatever, So these are the only logistics that I need to worry about. I will probably reach out to the parents of the youth, because this was on a Facebook post. In fact, let's see here. Right monitor? Yep, here. It was on this particular Facebook post here. My son lost his plane up in the trees. If anyone happens to find it, please reach out. Very sad 14-year-old. There's the RC plane. It's a good picture, right? And then I said I'll head out there to see what it looks like, and of course everybody chimes in. As they see fit. So all good nonetheless. I sent this to my sub who's on his way home from baseball with our son. I saw you work at iFly. I work at St. Mary's Home. We love iFly. Oh, cool. Right on. Miss Nicole, if you're still watching the the video, awesome. Yep. St. Mary's Home is a great place, and we do a benefit for them. In fact, we started something called the All Abilities Night, where some youth that are wheelchair bound, we put them in the wind tunnel and get them to fly. You know, but there's a really cool video out there also of us doing this. In fact, now I'm like, what is that video? I should probably have it bookmarked so it's easier to access. But let's see here, and we'll come back to yours also. Let's see, open link in new tab, because now I want to find this. Let's see, iFly and St. Mary's. Let's see here, iFly St. Mary's video. I know it's got more than 1.7k views. So really good video if you guys want to take a look at this later on. Here, I'll post it in a link. iFly and St. Mary's. In fact, they actually, I was invited to join their board of directors, but I declined it because you guys see how I handle my hobbies, you know? When I get into something, I get into something, and that is just one of those businesses and benefits that I think would really eat me alive, emotionally speaking. And I don't have the bandwidth to, you know, or the, as much as I would want to do something like that, I've learned to say no to some things for my own mental health, and those are one of those things that I would love to be a part of, but I can't for my own emotional stability, you know, and so I declined the offer. But you know, they're always welcome to come and fly at iFly Virginia Beach, as they continue to do year after year. So that's cool to see that you mentioned that, Miss Nicole. So awesome! Thank you very much for watching as well. But I'll let her know that what time I plan to head out there, and maybe her husband, her son can come out, and I can give it to them directly. I'm the same way. I'm an all-in type of person. Yes, you are, George. No kidding. No kidding. And I know that I mean, when I was in Scouts with my son, you know, we went, you know, I jumped in head first. And now that he's no longer in it, yeah, I don't do it. And that's not something that I think I could just break away from very easily. You know, it would pull at my heartstrings too much, you know. So I know you are, George, and so, but yeah, that's why I'm not part of their team the way, you know, I am. But all right, back to the mission plan. So command and signal. Let's go back to, let's hide this monitor. Command and signal. Obviously, that's me and the president, and Severin might come out there with me tomorrow in order for us to do the thing. So yeah, this is the mission plan. You know, no pictures, very easily. You know, I'm not gonna put together a huge PowerPoint for it, but I put everything down on paper just so I've at a minimum, I've got it saved, so to speak. I'm not gonna print this out and bring it with me. It's all in here, but I write it down so that it is embedded in here even more so. You know, but SMEAC. I learned about this this acronym SMEAC, SMEAC, in 1994 during plebe summer, and it stuck with me, you know, since then. So Alan Jones, this is the owner of the plane. I never realized what I was setting into motion when I crashed it. Great to see you, Alan. No worries, man. I've rescued several planes, you know, from that drop zone, from that airfield. So no worries, man. I'm incredibly grateful though for what you're doing, and oh, you're very welcome. And yeah, this whole live streaming thing, this is a hobby of mine. Climbing trees, you know, tree arborist. It was turned into a hobby more so, and a benefit when I say the tree climbing, tree arborist work, when I just started climbing and cutting for the scout camp and the church and my son's school. So no, you're very welcome. I plan to get out there tomorrow, probably around, if I leave the house, let's say 07, I'll probably get there around 08. And if you'd like to meet me out there, bring your son, and hopefully you guys can be part of the operation. Shoot some video for me, because I'll put it all into a cool video. There is a link above in the 8 o'clock. Timestamp says 8 o'clock. Last SAR mission, you could see what I did and how involved I get with this. And everybody says, yeah, be very safe when you climb. Absolutely, that's the number one thing. Without having to go through a whole operational risk management, what's it called, sea vortex, thing. Having done this, I will make sure that I get enough sleep, so I won't be playing Fortnite too late tonight. But I'll get up, eat a good breakfast, so that I can ensure that I make good decisions when I'm on station doing the job. But very happy to get this taken care of, and who knows, maybe who knows what kind of a catalyst this can also be for the youth that see this type of a video, where they're like, wow, I taught myself a lot of these things. I learned a lot of stuff from scouts, and so very happy to try to recover, and hopefully it still works and it is still flyable. You may need to replace some of the electronics because it has been in the weather. Definitely the battery, or maybe not. If typically new batteries and new airplanes, the seal when the connectors are so tight the water won't get through. How do I know? The very first drone that I built. Yes, the very first drone that I built. There's a video for that one. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, the very first video that I built, I put it in the water on the second flight. And we have baseball first thing tomorrow, but we'll try to make it if we can. All right, right on. In fact, what time do you think you'll be done? Because, nope, I've got some stuff to do in the afternoon. If you're there, great. If you're not, then great. If I'm able to recover it before you get there, it'll be sitting on the bench at the airfield. So very happy to, be of service to you and your son. So, yes, a little drone bath. Let me find that video for you, George, because this was the first build that I made, and I put it in the water, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And it was this was in July, or was it August that I put it in the water. And what's funny about that is, and I look back now, but I bought the Avata, and on that same day I put that Avata in the water also. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? I was so I was more mad about that, because I had just put the other plane in the water. Let me see if I can find that video for you, because so and then here it is, found it. Pause. I'm not gonna watch it right now, but I'll put the link here. First FPV drones, if you're not aware, you fly with the goggles on, so it's like you're in the drone. First FPV build and swim. So there you go. But yeah, let's see here. But yeah, this is the mission plan for tomorrow, and this is simply how I do things. Also, Alan, whenever I do a job, I use this acronym: this situation, mission, execution, admin, logistics, command, and signal. That's the same video. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Whoops. Skip. Here, boom, there, and how about now? Yeah, it should. There's Maggie. This footage was shot with a GoPro. Let me know if that works. The title of it is called Rotor Riot Skylight Build and Flight / or in parenthesis swim. Parenthesis. But yeah, this is what I do whenever I go and do a drone job, especially a rescue mission, where safety must be taken into account. But I've got all the right safety and climbing gear. In fact, I use this the safety gear in the wind tunnel to help perform a triage, and we've actually used it for cleaning the wind tunnel. Yeah, I set anchors up top, so yeah. But I meant we both posted the same video. It was a good video. Oh, you posted. That's funny, George. I wasn't paying attention. For some reason, I saw your link, and I don't know what I was thinking, but check, Raj. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think this is going to be a fun day tomorrow morning, and I'm looking forward to getting in the tree, climbing, and recovering. And I know I can do it. I mean, I went out there and I saw it. I was like, oh, that'll be from the ground. It's always easy. The problem is once you're in the tree. If I need to climb the tree, if I need to access it, that's when it gets a little bit sketchy. Robert Rivera's A10 that I recovered, I got up there and I thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to get to this. And I was like, let me just try the grappling hook. And I hooked that branch that it was on, and I was like, oh, I'm moving it. I think it was like 58 shakes, or pulls before it fell out of the tree. But I'm confident that we can get it, Mr. Allen. And I'm looking forward to recovering it and seeing videos of you and your son fly that RC plane. But yeah, what are your guys' questions, thoughts, ideas? I'm open to any of them as always. But always a new adventure. Did you say you were live streaming the SAR? Oh, I will not live stream the SAR. I would rather focus my attention on me being safe and setting my climbing line appropriately. I will shoot video. Maybe I will. Maybe I will go live. If my son is able to get out there, and that would be fun, and that would be neat to do it live. I've not done one live yet, just because it's difficult to manipulate the camera when you're solo, when you're both the director, producer, actor, and cameraman. All in one shop, right? All in one shop. But thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate it. I think so too, and as always, a plan is just a piece of paper with words on it until you do what? Until you execute it, and that's what I always used to tell my financial planning clients when I was doing that when I was doing that full time. A plan is just a piece of paper with words on it until you do what? And the plan will always change. Just like the market, we can always guarantee that the market will go up and down. That's the only thing you can guarantee in the market. And you can guarantee that this plan will change. Why? Because inflation, number one, right? Income's gonna change too. Family status, like you start to have more kids, so guess what? Now you got to start saving for more college tuitions, right? And then you have a daughter, guess what? Now you got to save for your daughter's wedding, right? I guess it depends on how one was raised and how they would like to provide for their youth. So all depends. But yeah, that's what I used to tell my clients when I was doing the financial planning. A plan is just a piece of paper with words on it until you do what. And of course, when I was on active duty, what would we say? The best laid plans never survive first contact. So we might have this great mission plan. We're patrolling in. We're about to get on objective and take the target. But before we get to the target, something happens. The plan just went to crap. And did we plan for that? We probably have created a contingency plan for that, and for any other disaster that might happen. Like you lose comms. Do we continue with the mission or do we need the comms? Depends. Depends on how down comms are, for example. What if we lose a teammate because they're patrolling in and they broke their back on a patrol? Do we keep on, or do we leave him there with a buddy, and then he medevacs out, and the rest of the platoon keeps on charging forward? Depends, right? Depends. Don't ask me why I'm referencing that, right? But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's adventure. And yes, George, an adventure to say the least, So thank you all very much for hanging out with me. It is now 8:30. I am going to go get a bowl of ice cream, which is my pre-game, my pre-meal, my pre-Fortnite workout meal. And yeah, I'm about to get in my running simulator to go for a run in Fortnite. So Fortnite is my running simulator. For those of you that don't know, since I'm assuming you're here and not my Fortnite channel, I started another hobby, playing Fortnite with my brother back in December, and I really like it. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's that YouTube channel is actually growing. So, in fact, here I'll post Let's see, where is that? I'll post the link for that one if you guys are interested in watching and listening to me play a little bit of Fortnite later on. I know a bunch of people from work are like, "Oh, we're gonna watch you. We're gonna get on and watch." All right, cool. You know, I'll believe it when I see it. Say hello when you're there. Let's see here. Steven, I did 2 rounds of the Battle Arena last night as a solo. Ended at number 16 on. Oh, nice, Steven. I saw that you had, wanted to play with me last night, but by that point, I was actually reviewing video, and irritated because the NVIDIA video did not capture the audio, and I think I figured out why. We're gonna test that out here in a little bit, but they took away your running simulator this season with the vehicles. No. And so now it's a demolition derby simulator, JD. But here's a Fortnite live stream, which will start at about 9 o'clock this evening. Like I said, I'm gonna get a bowl of ice cream first, and thank you very much, George. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, it was late too. Yeah, no, I had just finished a battle. My brother and I were doing duos. And I was like, all right, last game. And so we won it. And we went ahead and I shut it down. He continued to play, but I was just reviewing video. And here, let's see here. Real quick, just to show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's find. I'm looking for a video of NVIDIA highlights captures like when you win, right? I would just slow you down right now if we did a squad. Steven, I'm all about teaching and getting you gooder at playing the game, because that's how I got gooder at playing a game. My brother got me going, and we played together, and look at where we are now, And I talk a lot in my live stream, you know that, and you'll be on there. But I'm very happy to play with you. We'll do a duos. It's funny because Tyler, my customer service manager at iFly, we played last night also, and we lost a couple games, and then we won actually 2 games together with we did squads, and no one has ever. He was like, "I'm just glad I wasn't a liability because we won it." And I was like, "It's a team effort. Everybody is an extra gun, and such." Alan, you're very welcome. My pleasure. I know I'm starting to talk about Fortnite now, and you're probably going, "My son." The rule in the house is whenever you play Fortnite, you do 10 push-ups whenever you die, which is the rule in this house also. Although that's changed to push-ups and pull-ups and air squats. But I needed. We'll be doing that tonight. It's a Fortnite PT night. But you're very welcome, Alan. Like I said, I'll leave it on the table, on the board, on the tables inside the hangar, if I'm able, or when I'm able to recover it. So, let's see, Steven. Part of it is the Xbox controls. I couldn't figure out how to select some of the guns, but I learned a lot of tactics that I used from watching your stream. Right on, man. Right on. And you know what? I learned by watching other players also, in how they've defeated me, and how, and there's a whole bunch of other streamers out there that have lessons learned, and there's coaching. I thought about buying coaching, I mean, you don't get good at something by just doing it yourself, right? And you can only learn so much doing stuff on your own, and you get better just like you get better at shooting by having somebody see what you're doing wrong. And so when I would, as a firearms instructor, just watching the basics of how people move and shoot, like for competition. I went to this one competition that my wife was shooting in with their friends, and seeing how they're supposed to move and what their targets were, I was like, all right, this is what you need to do. You need to stand here like this with your feet. Put your right foot here when you turn. All right? Cross your foot, do this and that and that and this. And they're like, what are you talking about? Just trust me. Do it like this. And practice your foot movement right now, your footwork, on how you will move. And do that at least 10 times before you step up to the line. And my wife's like, holy cow. And her friends were like, what in the world? Basic mechanics, math, right? Math-based movement. As funny as that sounds. What are you talking about, math-based movement? That's for another story, maybe. Another live stream. But, yeah, Steven, let me go get some ice cream real quick. And I'll see you at 9 o'clock to play some Fortnite. Alan, I'll get you that plane tomorrow morning. And, yeah, we'll see you guys here shortly. Sounds good? All right. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Appreciate you hanging out and enjoying my plan of action for tomorrow. All right. Good night, everyone. And over here. And